How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the most overpowered build in Remnant 2 that you can possibly get. You'll see in some of the footage. Oh, and this footage in the background is on Apocalypse difficulty, the hardest difficulty in Remnant 2. This build just doesn't allow you to die. You'll take damage, you'll heal it straight back up to full immediately. Infinite use, really easy to put together, and I'm going to show you how to do it now. So yeah, let's get into it. So to put this build together is super quick and easy. The only archetypes you're going to need are the medic and the summoner. The medic is acquired from right at the start of the game, and the summoner is acquired from the Blood Moon altar in Yesha, one of the first areas you can get to in the game. So the first key ingredient to this build is the prime perk here for the medic. So you need the medic on your prime archetype and the summoner on your secondary. This perk, Regenerator, after restoring 250 total health to allies, regain a spent relic charge. Resting or respawning at world stones resets the healing. Each additional player increases the healing requirement by 50%. So what's going on here, guys, is you're going to be using your relic, and this works solo or when you've got friends. And solo, because of the summoner, the summons actually count as your allies, and you're going to be healing yourself and these summons a hell of a lot, as shown in the first clip. The next key ingredient to this build working is this relic here, the Resonating Heart. On use, regenerates 57.5% of max health over 5 seconds. Now, that we don't care about that bit. The important bit is when healing ends, any overhealed health is doubled and awarded to the player over the next 20 seconds. So what is essentially happening here, guys, is you're going to use your relic on full HP, and then you're going to overheal loads because you're not getting health because you're at full. Same with your minions. And then this is going to passively heal to you over the next 20 seconds. So then when this relic depletes to about 7 or 8 seconds, you're going to have another relic, which is then going to top up that overheal because you're still going to be at full health. And then it's going to award over the next 20 seconds. And this just keeps stacking and stacking and stacking over and over again, applying to you, applying to your minions, and making you virtually unkillable. And with the prime perk on the medic, this means that the healing is being applied to your summons. And so because you're healing your allies, you're also regenerating relic charges at the same time. And so there's your infinite loop of not dying. This relic is, however, acquired from the Root Earth Ashen Wasteland checkpoint. Now, this is at the end of the main game. However, this is going to be a perfect build for your second playthroughs, where you're going to go through on a harder difficulty and looking to take on some of the other challenges in Remnant 2. And so, we were messing around with this build a lot, and one thing we came across is, okay, well, we're getting a load of healing. However, what happens if we get one shot? Now, this is where the other half of the build comes in, and this is how to not get one shot. We're going to basically be stacking a load of health and a load of defense. So where do we start with stacking defense? Well, here is Leto's armor. Leto Mark II helmet, Leto Mark II armor, leggings, and gauntlets. Now, I won't go through how to actually get Leto's armor. There are plenty of guides up on YouTube that will tell you how to do that. Super simple and easy to get. You can get it in the first labyrinth area. And this armor has the highest total armor in the game, as well as the highest weight, but that's not going to be an issue for us because we're going to want to be getting hit. Next up, for our amulets and rings. First amulet, the Twisted Idol. This amulet increases the armor effectiveness by 30% and reduces your encumbrance by 15%, which puts you perfectly at that heavy roll threshold without doing the silly flop. Now, next up, we have our first ring, the Dense Silicone Ring. This ring allows you to gain 200% of your health regenerated as mod power. And as you would have seen by earlier on in this video, we are regenerating a lot of HP very quickly. And this allows for infinite use of our weapon mods, super quick regeneration, and so very high uptime on the mods. The mod I'm using here is the Familiar, because it just does some decent base damage, but you can actually use any mod you want with this build and it will work perfectly well. Next up for rings, we have the Seal of the Empress. This increases your max health by 20 and reduces your max stamina by 10. Stamina is not going to be a problem because we're not doing too much dodge rolling, so you don't really need it, and the max health is just all helping in surviving those one-shots on Apocalypse difficulty. Next ring here is the Amber Moonstone ring. This ring, when the wearer's health drops below 30%, all incoming damage is reduced by 25%, and the wearer becomes immune to temporary status effects. Now, this ring does not have any internal cooldown, and on Apocalypse difficulty, you will constantly be getting knocked down to 30% health. So on those really big attacks, this is giving you a 25% damage reduction once you drop at this threshold, meaning you can basically survive anything. Really good, really useful ring, and it should help stop you getting one shot. And finally, for this build, trait points. You're going to want to dump some trait points into max health here. Some mod generation is good. Bit in skill cooldown for your summons and stuff. Damage reduction, 10% is great. Damage absorbed, this is going to be damage absorbed by your summons to help you become even more tanky. Revive speed, this is good if you're playing co-op. If you're not playing co-op, just dump these points into something else. You can stick them into anything really, extra stamina or possibly extra range weapon bonus, something like that. Doesn't really matter. Rugged summoner health, so your summons aren't going to die and they're going to constantly be healed more. And shade skin, which is going to give you 20% elemental damage reduction, making you even more tanky. So yeah, and with all this put together, you will be an unstoppable force of not taking any damage and never dying. Your damage output won't be the highest, but for Apocalypse, this doesn't matter. You just want to be able to survive for as long as you can, and you will quite easily be able to do so with this build here. Okay guys, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much for watching this far. I hope it helps you become an even more powerful Remnant 2 player. And if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to give me a like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.